stand in your truth. Every voice matters, yeah, we see you. Love who you are, let the world know. This is your moment, let your light glow. More than a story, more than a name. We break the silence, rewrite the frame. Autism, neurodivergence, every mind shines bright. Mental health, self-love, stepping into the light. For the parents, the dreamers, the ones who push through, Auesomely You, we celebrate you. Auesomely You, we rise, we shine. Vowing voices, breaking the lines. This ain't just a podcast, this is a move. Celebrating every story, making room. For the ones who speak in ways they don't understand. For the hearts that love big, for the ones who take a stand. For the ones who see the world in a different way. We amplify your voice, let the world hear what you say. Every challenge, every win, every step you take. You are seen, you are loved, this is your space. No more silence, no more fear. Auesomely You, we're standing here. We are the voices, we are the change.
Hey you guys, it's your host Crystal Jordan, and you know I'm back with another amazing episode. But today I have a special treat for you guys. Today we have two sisters, and today we have sisters Amy and Nancy Harrington, founded of the Passionistas Project, out of deep desire to empower women around the world. I don't know about you guys, but we do need women empowerment more than ever, especially around what's going on with the abortion. I'm not sure if you're pro-abortion or not pro-abortion, but we need women empowerment. We need women that are truly empowering each other. So back to the story. They are eager to share their knowledge about building a community, creating safe places for women, the power of storytelling, and navigating the professional transitions. They are both co-founders, and they walked away from high-paying jobs in Hollywood to work together. I think that's amazing that these two sisters came together. And without further ado, we have Miss Nancy and Amy. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having us.
No, thank you for being here. Women empowerment holds a special place in my heart because I do believe that a lot of brands are created and the foundation is not good, or it's not really empowerment. It's really empowerment, just a marketing word. So I love to see those two sisters. You guys are coming together to create the conversation around women empowering each other. So I want you guys to start out with just telling your story. I know this episode is a little bit different from my audience, but I felt like in the season I'm in right now, my reset, that this empowerment episode is needed, because sometimes we have to empower our differences. We have to empower our uniqueness. So I'm going to let you guys take it away.
Well, first of all, I want to say I love the theme song.
Yes.
I just wanted to put that in there.
Great.
So thank you for having us. And yeah, we feel like now is the most important time to be talking about women's empowerment, women's equality. Like you said in our intro, Nancy and I are sisters, and we both had high-profile careers in Hollywood. I was the vice president of post-production and visual effects at Warner Brothers. I oversaw about 250 movies, including the Harry Potters and the Matrixes. Nancy was back in Boston. She had her own graphic design business and theater company. And then she moved out to LA to be closer to me, got into a job where she was doing the Academy Award campaigns for Miramax. So we both had these great careers, but we decided at the same time it was time for a new adventure. So we quit our jobs, not really knowing what that would be. And we did a bunch of different things. And we became celebrity interviewers and loved doing that. We did over 1,600 interviews for our website, for the Television Academy, for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and got to sit down with some amazing people, people we had idolized our whole lives. But when the Me Too movement happened, we really felt like we needed to do something that was centered around empowering women. And so we started a podcast called the Passionistas Project, and we interview women about, they're following their passions and really empowering themselves by doing that. And we wanted to inspire other women to do the same. And that led us to do an annual Women's Equality Summit, where we bring women from marginalized communities together and give them a platform to speak on different topics, because so many women from the Black community, the disability community, the LGBTQ community, women over 50, they always tell us that people speak for them or about them, but they never get to speak for themselves. And so we started doing the summit, and we love it, but we felt like it ended and the conversation died out. And so we wanted to create a space where the conversation would continue. So Nan, do you want to talk about that?
Sure. So we, from there, we started thinking about what can we offer women that continues the conversation. And, the thing we kept hearing from women over and over and over through the years was that they wish they had what we have, that the relationship that Amy and I have, the sisterhood that we have, that we are there to support one another in the bad times and celebrate each other's wins and just have fun and learn from each other. And so we realized, well, we can give them that. It's really our superpower is being sisters, and we know how to do it well. So we last March 2024, God, what year is it? 2024 March, we launched the Passionistas Project Sisterhood, and it's an online community where women can come and just be their authentic selves and support one another and be accepted. And it's not like social media where you have trolls and, ads and algorithms and all sorts of things. It's just a beautiful space where women can come and support one another. We have workshops and courses and classes, and we have a Passionistas TV channel, which is a women's empowerment television network. We have a podcast network. So we just have all sorts of great places where women can get to know one another and really have each other's backs.
So my question for you is, how have that impacted your life?
Oh my God. It's completely transformed our lives.
Yeah.
I mean, we had worked in areas, especially me, I had worked in a very male-dominated industry in the entertainment world. And so I was always surrounded by men. I had, gotten used to working in a male energy kind of setup. And I loved working with men, but I never really, besides a few women on my staff, I never really had peers that were women that we bonded and connected. Nancy was a solopreneur, so she worked with female clients, but she was always kind of on her own. And when we started the Passionista Sisterhood, we'd also just come off of interviewing celebrities who we would have these 3 or 4 hour long sit down interviews with people, and you think you're making this incredible connection with the person because it's really intense. But they're a celebrity and you're just an interviewer and you're never going to talk to them again. So when we started the Passionistas Project and the people we were interviewing wanted to have lunch or get on a Zoom and talk and learn how they could help us, and we were like, wait a minute, we're going to benefit from this too. We thought we were helping other people. What we didn't realize is that we were going to benefit from the community more than anybody. And now we have, we take the word sister very seriously. We don't throw it around. To us, it's like love and sister are 2 words you do not just say. And now we have hundreds and thousands on us across social media of sisters that are all around the world, that have our backs, that we collaborate with, that we're friends with, and that it's the most supportive community we could have possibly imagined. And it's so different from the world that we started off in our career. And so we just benefit from it every single day. Like, it's just made our lives so much better, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like every time we conduct an interview, there's a message that we needed to hear that day, and it comes through loud and clear. We just learn so much from all of these amazing women that we get a chance to talk to every day.
Yeah.
I can understand and agree with that, because when I'm doing my interviews, I'm like, oh my God, I needed that today. Or it can be a ha moment, like, oh my God, I went through that to understand my guests. One thing I lead with in this podcast, I always, in the beginning, I didn't say today, I always say to my awesome tribe to sit in your shoes for 30, 40 minutes. Because sometimes we're so busy just going through the motions, going through life. We are not considering other people's feelings. We're not considering other people's disabilities. We are just, it's all about me, 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 me. So I was listening, and it's one thing that really caught my eye and my ears. It was, you said the goal was to help others, but you end up, both of you ladies, end up benefiting. I want you to go into the word sister, because you said when you use the word sister, it's more than just a community for you.
Yeah, I mean, we are very lucky. We were born in a family. We have 2 other sisters and a brother, and our mother always told us, "Your brother and your sisters are your best friends, and they're gonna be your entire lives no matter what happens," and that is true, and we have gone through a lot together, and we're all still best friends, and Nancy and I have an equally specially bond beyond that, and so there is no more important connection to us, and we both have lovely significant others who are very supportive, but, we are soulmates, and so for us, I think the one word that pops out to me most often when I think about our sisterhood and what we're trying to give the other women is I am never alone. I have never in my life felt like I don't know how I'm gonna get through this because 'cause I'm all alone, because I've always had Nancy and my other siblings, but especially Nancy, and so we talk to these other women who are entrepreneurs or activists or artists, and whether it's their people in their personal life who don't quite get why they're taking the risk that they're taking, or they're working in a big company and they have to pretend that everything's fine and they can't let their guard down, or they're afraid people will think they're not qualified to do their job. Whatever it is, like, they feel alone, they feel isolated. And so for me, a sisterhood means, like, you always have people that love you and care for you and want to see the best for you. Um, and that's what I wouldn't even say that's what we've tried to create. I see it happening every day that
Yeah.
that's what we have created. I don't know, Nan, do you think differently?
Yeah, no, I totally 100% agree with that. And I would also add to that, that to me, sisterhood is also authenticity. And I think that that's a word that gets thrown around a lot now. It's a buzzword that, people use. But to me, your sister is the one who, oh, people are coming over. I don't have to clean the house. It's just my sister's. I don't have to put on makeup. I don't have to put a bra on. It's just my sister's. You can be your true, authentic self. And I do believe that is the feeling we have created in the community, where that you don't have to be all buttoned up and be like, oh, I'm business networking. I have to be at the top of my game. You can just come and be yourself, and you can post and say, I'm having a really crappy day. How about everyone else? You doing okay? Post something funny to make me laugh, whatever, like it's a really authentic space, I think.
Yeah.
What I love about what you just said is everything you said, because I feel that we are in a time, you said something that said, you said, the words is a buzzword. I always mess this word up, y'all. Authentic.
Authenticity.
Is, yeah, there we go. Look, y'all, I knew I was gonna mess that word up. It's certain words I always
We're
mess
here
up.
for you.
And you said it's a buzzword. I agree. But I also feel like empowerment is also, especially here in Atlanta, I can speak from my personal experiences, is a marketing word, or it is used as a strategy to get clients.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have seen a lot of organizations, a lot of businesses that are women empowerment, but are you really women empowerment? Do you have integrity? Are you really empowering your community? Are you empowering your business partner? Are you empowering your sister, your mom, your friend? Are you doing it beyond your business or your event? Or is it just your event that you're trying to empower women? Or, brunches. I see a lot of those. So my question to you is, what do you say to women who are over empowerment events, over empowerment brands, because they feel like a lot of people use as marketing words?
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you 100%. And I feel like it really bothers me that it's become something that just gets thrown around. And I think for me and Nancy, the moment where I felt like we were on the right track is we were talking to two of our dearest Passionistas, and they're women with disabilities and they're women of color. And they said to us, like, you guys actually, we thought you were going to be kind of full of it like everybody else always is. And, a lot of like disability organizations are run by able-bodied people, and they don't take into account the actual experiences of the people with the disabilities. And we never wanted to be that. It's why we don't speak on behalf of people. We give the people a platform to tell their stories. And they said to us one day, like, we didn't know if you were going to be full of it like so many other people are, but now that we know you, we know that you actually are coming at this the right way. And I think the core of that is the fact that, the women from different marginalized communities always tell us that no one lets them speak for themselves. And we don't want to pretend like we're experts on everything. I don't know what it's like to be a Black woman in America in 2025. I don't know what it's like to be a Latina. I know what it's like to be a woman over 50. I know those challenges. I can speak to that, but I would never pretend, and Nancy would never pretend to be something we're not or to have the answers. I would like to have those people come so that I can listen to them and I can encourage other people to listen to them and I can understand them better and then figure out how to be an ally to them. And, we've learned over the years that there's a difference between an advocate and an ally. And an advocate is someone who just goes like, oh yeah, I want to make a change. And an ally is someone who actually goes out and does things to try and make the world a better place for other people. And we pride ourselves on being allies and really trying to hear what people need and find ways, if we can't help ourselves, find the resources, connect them with people who might be able to help them out. And I think that sets us apart. And it all comes from a place of total love and respect and compassion, and not like othering people, but like you said at the very beginning, like celebrating our differences. It's great that we have lots of things in common, but I just celebrate what makes each one of us individual and our communities unique from each other. And I know Nancy does too. And it's like, that's the heart of the Passionistas Project, is all the different voices.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the other thing about women's empowerment is in our community is we've witnessed it. We've seen it happen. We've seen women step into their power. And in fact, we have an anthology book that's coming out this summer that's called Awakening Your Power. And it's all stories of women who have stepped into their power. And, one of the women in the workshop we did told us that she never thought she was a good writer because a teacher in grade school told her she wasn't a good writer and she'd never amount to anything. And and she's carried that with her whole life. She's a 40-something-year-old woman now. And we read her story and we were in tears. It was so beautiful and it was so beautifully written. And, I think we watched her blossom during this 6-week workshop into somebody who now believes that she's a good writer, because she is. And so, we witness it time and time again, the power of women who are awakening their power in themselves and learning to love themselves and learning their value and their worth. And so that's the true meaning of women's empowerment. And the people who are throwing it around to mean something else, well, that's not us.
I want to say, for me, this topic is different for me in so many ways because I used to co-own something similar to this topic. And I won't go into detail for legal purposes, but the one thing I will say is it was a brand about empowerment, but the founders was not empowering each other. The foundation was Quickstand, and it was something so beautiful that was created that ended up being the most toxic thing I've ever been a part of in my life. So when I hear about women empowerment, I have my own trauma. If I can be honest, I have my own trauma when I come to this word because I have too been a co-founder of a brand that was supposed to be about empowerment, but it wasn't empowering me. It was it's still in my energy, or just stole the whole business from me. So I'm not gonna lie, this episode probably was the hardest one for me to record because what I'm going through is so fresh, and I'm at the point I don't look at empowerment as a marketing word. I know it is a marketing word, but I also understand that a lot of businesses where people create these empowerment events or businesses, and that's not really who they are. I'm just saying in general, because having something, that word is so big because God wants us to empower each other. God wants us to empower each other through his word. God wants us to feed each other. So again, this episode was hard for me because I'm still in the thick of it and I'm still dealing with it. I did write some things down that you guys was talking about. I love that you do center around women empowerment and you really are the product and you are actively empowering women and you are true to your core and your mission and your values. That means a lot. So I want to get back into the Passionista Project, and I want to ask, what are your core values of owning this amazing podcast and this community?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm sorry that you went through that, and I've seen it in other spaces too, and heard about it from other women who have been in other spaces, and they too are really leery when they join our community because they think, oh, it's going to get that vibe going. And so far we're a year in, and we're really trying our hardest, and luckily haven't really had any issues. And I think we feel this way, and we have heard this mirrored back to us, that at the core of it, it's because of what we bring, and our attitude about it. And so we did rebrand in 2023 before we started the Sisterhood, because we really wanted to be, what are the core values that make this up? And, authenticity is definitely one. Passion is another. Our sisters, the women in our community, tend to be entrepreneurs or activists or artists. This isn't just business development, it's personal growth and social impact. So we get a lot of women from different disciplines, but they're all very independent women out there doing it on their own. So, it's important to us that they know that we respect their passion. We are the Passionistas. We know how hard it is to follow your passions, and we respect that. Being authentic is obviously, like Nancy said, central to our brand, but also just compassion. There's so much going on in the world right now that is so divisive and tearing people apart. And like I said earlier, like for us, it's a matter of hearing people's experiences and letting them, there's a space in our community called Share Anything, and people can post about anything they want. And a lot of women have been coming forward and talking about what they're going through right now, whether that's financial or immigration related, or just women's issues in general, things with their business or their personal, they feel burned out, whatever it is. Um, and I think it's impossible to not find compassion for someone when you really hear their story and you know them. So everybody's been getting to know each other and really connecting, and now they're hearing what each other's going through, and it's like you can watch the news and try and put a face to that, but if you don't have a personal connection to somebody, it doesn't really resonate if it's an issue that you're not tapped into. So I think part of the reason this hasn't developed a toxic edge in a time that is very divisive and people are very quick to flare up on different issues, or their own personal stuff, is because they're getting to know each other on a really human level. And so the humanity of each other's experiences is another core value, and listening is a core value. Don't just say you think you know what someone's going through, or you want to build a bridge to somebody if you don't really want to try and understand them and look at things from their perspective. Doesn't mean you're going to change your mind completely, but at least try and have compassion, even if you can't commit to their cause or back them in their business or whatever it is. It's like, try and understand what that person's going through. What else, Nan?
I think you got them all. I mean, the only other one that comes to mind is inclusivity, which really goes hand in hand with what you said. But we actively pursue making sure that we're a very diverse community and that we include people from all walks of life. For the same reason Amy just talked about, like, we need to find compassion and hear everyone's stories. So many people live in a bubble and don't understand the experiences that other people are going through. And, at the core of the Passionistas Project, it's telling women's stories. And so we want to make sure that those stories are as diverse as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so I appreciate that, because, again, I know I'm not the only woman that has trauma when it comes to the word empowerment or empowerment organizations or anything like that. When it comes to women empowerment, to be exact, because I empower people every day through autism, special needs, disabilities, and awareness for mental health. So my empowerment is different over here. But when I say empowerment trauma, I'm talking about women empowerment.
Yeah.
Because women are sometimes just mean. They're mean, they're controlling, they nitpick. It can be a toxic environment depending on the situation. But I want to say thank you for sending me your love. Now I'm going to have fun with you guys. So this is called Auesomely Fun. Because you're sisters, I want to think of something. So I'm going to do this or that. So it's quick choices, no overthinking. And you both can answer. Sister or brother?
Sister.
Although we love our brother, but sister.
We love our brother dearly, but sister.
Sister, okay. Pizza or lemon pepper wings?
Pizza.
Pizza.
Hands down.
Okay. Quiet time reading a book or watching a movie with your husband?
Watching a movie with my husband.
Movies.
Not y'all picking the same answer.
Preferably TV show. I'd prefer TV show over a movie.
Okay. I'm trying to think of another one. Y'all be answering the same one. Okay.
We do that a lot. We always joke that we share a brain.
So. Yeah, it's very difficult to find one where we don't agree.
I see. I'm thinking over here. Okay. Women Empowerment Conference or a Women Empowerment retreat.
Oh. Ooh, if we're running it, I would say retreat.
I was going to say retreat either way. Give me a nice hotel room and I'm there.
Our dream, and feel free to come, is Passionistas retreat in Italy.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
That's our big goal. So
that's not your dream. We're going to make it happen. Yeah. Oh my God. Y'all answering the same stuff. Okay. Cruise or vacation? I know it's the same thing, but vacation for me is being on land. Okay, land or cruise?
Land.
I'm a land girl.
I've always wanted to go on an Alaskan cruise, though.
Me too.
That's the one exception I would make.
Oh my god. I don't have y'all. Okay, y'all got the same answers. That was funny. Okay, trying to think. Trying to find one that represents you. Okay, I have one question. What makes you ladies awesomely you? Awesomely you is you being awesome.
I will say for me, I love this question. This is hard. This is the kind of hard question to answer about yourself. I think I'm really compassionate. I think I'm really curious. I think I'm funny. And I think I am really strong and powerful.
I think that's very true.
Thank you.
I think I am first and foremost kind. I try. If people ask about me, I want them to say I was kind, respectful, fun. I'm funnier when I'm with Amy. She makes me funnier. Strong, smart, organized. And I recently have stepped into my power to realize that I'm a leader, which I never thought I was before.
Yeah, all true.
Well, I want to say we're all leaders. You just have to be something that we're passionate about. It have to be something that match who we are.
Yeah.
Now, before we wrap up, I have two questions to ask. First, I need you guys to tell my audience, the Awesome Tribe, where to find you ladies, and if you have any special offer for them, or if you want to send over to your community, go ahead. Tell us about it.
Okay.
Cool. Go ahead, Nan.
You can find us at thepassionistasproject.com. You go there, you can find a link to the Sisterhood. You can join the membership for free. It is a free membership. We have a premium tier that you can join, but there's plenty of awesome stuff to do without that. We also have a scholarship. So if you want to join the premium community and you can't swing it, we have everyone who signs up for a premium membership, we offer a scholarship to someone else. What else, Amy?
Yeah, and I would say in the free community, you're going to be able to take advantage of connecting with other women. You're going to be able to make relationships. We do workshops. All of our social impact workshops are free to everybody. We do free tarot readings every 2 weeks with the magical Dr. Melissa Bird. We have lots of things that happen in the free membership that are great, and entree points into the sisterhood. And we're growing every day. And when you come, we'll DM you, we'll introduce you, tell us the kind of people you want to meet, and we'll introduce you to other women in the community. We'll make sure that you're finding people that you can connect with that will help you build your business or just be friends. We have women that have just moved to different states and there are Passionistas there and they have instant friends built into their new communities. And so we just want to find ways to support you. And that's really our biggest free offer is let us be your sister. Let us help.
That's your slogan. Let me be your sister. Because everybody don't have an awesome sister. Everybody don't. One thing I learned in this journey in life, everybody's not raised on love. Some people are raised on survival. And depending on where you are in life, that person may not be where you are. And that's okay. Because we have to learn to lead with compassion and love and understanding and forgiveness. So, before we wrap up, I ask every guest this. I would love for you to share an affirmation that our listeners and audience can take away from today's conversation. Something that reminds them to embrace their true uniqueness. I believe affirmations are very important. Affirmations for me saved me. When I was personally going through depression, that's what I use. And even through my situation as of today, I'm using affirmations to navigate out of that season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
would
beautiful. Go
I
ahead.
would say that a great affirmation that summarizes the Passionistas Project Sisterhood is your story is powerful. My story affirmation, my story is powerful, because everyone does have a story. And even if you think your story's not important, it is. And somebody out there needs to hear your story, and it's going to help them through a difficult time.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I think for me, it's remember what you've already accomplished. And somebody taught us this a while ago, and I think it's really cool. Like, go back if you're really not getting it. If you're really feeling like, yeah, I'm not capable of doing this, or I don't deserve this. Make a list of everything, and that can be you won an art fair in the second grade, or you told the cashier at the grocery store to be kind to somebody in front of you and in line. Whatever the things are, big or small, that you have accomplished, that you've survived, that you have triumphed over in your past. You made it through all those things, so you can get through this. You can get onto the other side and be stronger and more powerful and more beautiful and happier. And, we're all going to get kicked down again or jostled around, but you can get through it. And if you find your people, like us, we can help you get through things just by being supportive of each other. But remember, don't forget how what you've made it through before.
So, as always, I always recap the Awesome Tribe on the affirmations, but I want to touch on what you just said. I want to get the Awesome Tribe activity. It's the first time I've ever done this, and it's a season 2, you guys. I want you to get a jar, and I want you to start writing your wins. Every time you have a win, I want you to write it down, put it in the jar, and then next year, or any day you feel like you're not having a good day, you pull it out and you read it. But at the end of the year, I want you to pull out and read your wins. And I want you to put it in a Google document and put 2025 wins. So you can always remember these are my wins for that year. And you do that every year. And that's something I need to do. The reason I need to do it is because right now I feel like, yes, I'm in my season of reset, but I don't want to sit in my negativity feelings or my feelings. So that's an activity for me, the founder, but I want you guys to do it with me. So the affirmation they said, ladies, and any guys who watch, is my story is powerful. So we're going to say it together in when I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. My story,
My
My
story
story
is
is
powerful.
powerful.
Yes. And another one that was stated was remember what I already accomplished. We're going to say that together. 1, 2, 3. Remember what I
Remember what I
already
already
accomplished.
accomplished.
Yes. And these affirmations are meant to be using your toolkit to navigate through life, or today. Maybe today you feel like your voice is not being heard. That's not true, because my story is powerful. And maybe you feel like I'm down today. Well, today I need to remember what I already accomplished last month, last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Like she said, second grade. We are powerful, and we have to walk in our purpose, whatever that looks like in our life. So, with that being stated, you guys, I hope you guys love this episode. This was Auesomely You Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and review. And if you want to be a guest on Auesomely You Podcast, it's completely free to be a guest. You go to Auesomely You Podcast at gmail.com. Or if you want to be featured in our magazine, you go to auesomelyyoumagazine.com to be featured in our magazine. And my magazine is print, and it is in local businesses here located in Georgia. So I highly recommend being in our magazine if you do want to place an ad on a podcast or in a magazine. So with that being said, you guys, I hope you love this episode. And please, like I say in every episode, I want you to sit in the shoes during this episode. But I also want you guys to go to their website, the Passionistas Project.com. I want you guys to join our community. I want you guys to show them love like you show me love. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm your host, Crystal Jordan. Bye.
We rise, we shine, vowing voices, breaking the lines. This ain't just a podcast, this is a move, celebrating every story, making room. For the ones who speak in ways they don't understand, for the hearts that love big, for the ones who take a stand, for the ones who see the world in a different way. We amplify your voice, let the world hear what you say. Every challenge, every win, every step you take, you are seen, you are loved, this is your space.